I love the way that I look up at the skies and the clouds. They tell a story. They tell you what's going on, where they've been, where they're going, and what type of weather is to be expected. And up here now we've got some big beefy clouds that are moving out of sort of North Manchester, making their way along the Pennine area up towards the Trough of Bowland and further north. And they're all sort of building up and they're punching through, and you can see all the energy that's inside them, and then some of them calm down a little bit, they leave some left behind. Is it me, or am I just crazy watching how the clouds change? And clouds, and if you think about it, no two clouds have ever been the same since day one, since thousands and millions of years ago when the atmosphere was created. Every cloud has been different. I would like to say a little bit like humans, but I think the clouds are a lot more interesting than people. And Callum did on the way to work in Blackpool, my hometown, and he caught this twister. Check it out. Callum, that is once in a life. Most people in Blackpool have never even seen it lightning, never mind seeing a tornado. Don't think you can see very much, but there's some beefy clouds kicking off in the Manchester area, and some of them here, way which way, punching through the top. Some storms they reckon that are going to be coming out of North Manchester, making their way towards the Pennines, but they do look a little bit beefy. I always say that. By all means, if you want to send any footage that you've got of lightning and tornadoes, send it to me, nodrog@post.com, and I can feature those in the next weather video. Right, do I chase or don't I? In the end, I didn't chase. It didn't turn out to be very fruitful. It was pointless, to be honest with you. We were driving all the way up there and it didn't last very long, whatever was going on. So it's been quiet for about a week. But what I have noticed is, if you've been watching the weather closely, there's quite a low depression that's coming on the way. 988, maybe less, as regards millibars. You watch the millibars. If the millibars are low, you know this, don't you? Then there's what they call storm event coming, or winds and gales, as it were. And we've had some pretty low pressures coming across the country last year and this winter just gone. And of course, they always wreak a bit of havoc. Living on the Fell Coast here, right on the Irish Sea, we get a battering. It's not unusual to see 100-mile-an-hour winds. I've noticed the past few years that the gusts themselves have got some weight behind them and they feel a little warmer. I'm not a professional, it's just my personal feelings on the story. But unusually for this time of the year, we have got a low pressure coming over the weekend. It's going to dump a load of rain. There's going to be a first band that goes across us. I've got some image radar here from netweather.tv, and if you noticed the latter part of it as well, there seems to be a line of showers, quite punchy across the country. I think they're the ones to watch as regards any sort of thunderstorm activity. I'll be keeping a close eye on them. But while this swathe of wet and windy weather will be wiping across the country here in the northwest, I am definitely for sure going to be hitting the coast here, or maybe trying to find an area where the winds are at their worst. I'm going to put myself in a safe position because I'm a scaredy cat. But what I did buy when I was going to buy myself a mobile barometer, just out of my own curiosity because I broke the weather station, was an anemometer. One of these little fellas. Now, I saw these on the internet a few years ago. I nearly bought one at about £30-40. And I thought, oh, it's not worth it to buy one of those. Wait till they go a bit cheap. Well, they are. This one was £12 off Amazon. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description below. Just give it a click. It was £12 when I bought it. It might be a bit more, might be a bit less now. But it's brilliant, this anemometer. And for the price that I paid, it runs on a 3-volt sort of watch battery. You can set the wind speed, if you wish, at meters per second, not kilometers per second, and it's got a Beaufort scale as well on the left hand side, which is really neat. It also does a wind chill factor and tells you the temperature. That's pretty good, isn't it, for about a tenner, let's say. A little device that you can carry with you, you can hold in the air and you can actually see what the wind speed is, rather than keep checking on your phone app all the time at sort of the nearest weather station, as it were. So I'm not going to include it in this vlog about the gales and storms that are coming. I just wanted to tell you about the tornado that was sent in to me by Callum, and I want to tell you a little bit about this. and on my touch, I've put in the link description down below. Don't forget, as I said before, if the weather activity quiets down, you won't see many vlogs from me, especially when the thunderstorms subside. I'll be chasing the gales and the wild weather, as it were. I'll even go for snow. I hate the cold, but I'll even do that as well. So if there's a lull, don't panic. I've not disappeared. I'm still here, just waiting for the weather to get a bit beefy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And send me some photographs or videos as well of any sort of weather events that have happened in your area. You can email them to me, nodrog@post.com. I don't have a Facebook page, I don't have a Twitter account. I do for my other channel, but not for the weather one. I've got more than enough on my plate at the moment. So just stick to the email and we'll be happy with that. I look forward to seeing what you send in to me. Until next time, ta-ra. Come on, weather, let's have a bit of beefiness.